Okay, so Father, we had one lady, and she sent in a question about Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden, and when they were sent out of the garden afterwards, in order to propagate the human race, did Cain and Abel have relations with their own mother? Was there incest involved? This is what one woman asked.
You see, what's interesting there is that, first of all, we don't take the first 11 chapters of Genesis literally. They're written in what is called the literary genre of myth. We have to understand what myth is about. In the Western world, myth is a story that's not true. But in the biblical world, myth is a story that expresses a truth that cannot be expressed fully in human terms. So the story of Adam and Eve is the story that expresses the truth that God created man and woman in his image. And so Adam is not the name of the man, Eve is not the name of the woman. Adam means of the dirt or of the dust. Eve means the mother of the living because she gave birth and so on. So when we talk about Cain and Abel, for example, the truth that's communicated there is that here we see the first terrible sin after Adam and Eve actually disobeyed God in the Garden of Eden. And so whether there was one man, whether God created one man and one woman, or whether he created 21 men and 21 women, we don't really know, and that's not even the point. So Cain and Abel, for example, did not obviously commit incest with their mother, because first of all, when you look, for example, at the Old Testament, incest was one of the most horrible sins that was rejected. And so therefore then, since God created man and woman to complement each other and to be fertile and so on and so forth, then God also created women for Cain and Abel and Seth and so on and so forth. And so it's very important when you're reading the first 11 chapters that you read it from the standpoint of what truth is being communicated here. And so the same thing is true, for example, with Noah and the flood. We don't go around looking for the ark. We miss the point. The whole point here is that God rewards those who are totally faithful to him and obey him, even when it looks nonsensical. Because to ask somebody to build a boat in the middle of a desert is absolutely ridiculous. But Noah, though, was faithful to God, and he did. Others laughed at him, and so he was rewarded for his faith. So that's the truth communicated in the story of Noah as well, which is all part of the first 11 chapters of Genesis as well.